Hey there, synth drones. Today we're going to be talking about the time that I was robbed. Hi, I'm Pure Ambient Drone, and this is my channel where I talk about the human side of synthesis. Hit the subscribe button, tap the bell. You'll be able to keep up with all of my synth adventures much easier by doing so. I would love to share my adventures with you. PureAmbientDrone.com is the place to be to connect with me. The time I was robbed. Well, I'm going to get to that in just a moment, but I wanted to give you an update. I love the way a lot of you guys follow my channel here. And what I wanted to talk to you really quick about was the little birds that I talked about in my last video. They are all out of the nest, and we have seen their father coming around and feeding them in the yard. It's really great that they're healthy and that they're running around, and so far, so good. So I just wanted to give you guys an update that the nest is now empty and that our meager attempt to help them along didn't sabotage anything in their little lives. So good news there. So let's talk about an adventure I had many, many years ago when my world was falling apart. You ever get kicked while you've been down and then kicked again? Well, this was happening to me over and over again. I felt like I was just being beat up from all sides. So, back in 2005, I went through a horrific divorce. But what divorce is good? Don't answer that. So here I was in the middle of a divorce, and I needed some fast cash because, when you're going through a tough time, money can get short. So what I thought was a great friend of mine decided that he would loan me some money. He said that he would give me $200, and as an added favor, he would hold my Triton LE from Korg over at his place as a little bit of insurance that I would eventually pay him back, and that keyboard wouldn't disappear. Sounded all good. I really trusted this guy. I thought it was going to be all great. Well, it didn't take me long to find out differently. Now, the loan that he gave me was actually only $100. It was going to be for $200, but I took $100, and within 3 days, I was able to pay him back. I wasn't even then planning on being able to do that. It was going to I was looking at maybe a month or so, and he agreed to that. So on the third day, I come back over to his apartment, and guess what? He's refusing to open the door, making the claim that I sold him a Korg Triton in mint condition, only a year and a half old, okay, for $100. True story. And it was actually very shocking to me that he, above all people, would do this. The person that I'm talking about, I won't give names. They're no longer with us. He has passed away. But this person, I thought, was a friend. I thought that he was somebody that understood what I was going through and wanted to help me. But I learned a valuable lesson. I learned to forgive him. I learned to accept who he was, and I learned that you can love people but not always trust people, and unfortunately that is the case. And I was very young back then, not that I'm old now, but when you're in your 30s, you tend to believe that people you love and care about are also the same people that you can trust as well. And trust and love are totally two different things. I used to think they were one and the same, but they are not. You can love someone but not trust them. I love my child, but I don't trust my child with certain things because I know he's not ready to handle them. And so I learned this lesson the hard way, like we all have to learn things sometimes. But one thing that I did learn was, and this is a reflection back on me, was how could a person throw away years and years and years worth of friendship over a synthesizer that's fully replaceable? So I learned that that was something that I could never do. I learned that materialistic things are not that important. Now, you might say, well, that's something that, you already knew. But sometimes, and my mother likes to say this, sometimes we don't know something, truly know something, until we've lived through it. Does that make sense to you? My mother's words were, some people have to live something to know something. In other words, take a walk in my shoes for a couple of miles, you might feel the pain that I'm going through. It's a valuable lesson because when you take somebody who you totally thought you could trust and you put them into a position where that trust is questionable and could fail, you're setting yourself up as well. And the person that I was mad at the most was me. I was angry at myself because I should never have put him in that position. I should have never given him that temptation. This was a beautiful keyboard. I knew that it was very valuable, and $100 wasn't going to cover it. At the very least, I should have asked for more money, or I should have been suspicious at the fact that he was offering to hold it for me. Now, in defense of myself on that one, while I was going through my divorce, the ex kept coming in with family members and friends, and they were removing things from the house, stealing, if you will, things that belonged to me. And yes, you could dispute that there was a divorce going on and that she was allowed to take what she wanted to, but this was a legal separation and she had already moved off the premises, yet she was still breaking into the house, stealing things with her family members, and her family members were not entitled to any of this stuff. So when he offered to take one of my synthesizers and put it in a safe place, I thought it was a good idea. It wasn't any safer with him than it would have been. It probably would have been safer at the house, looking back on things. But that was the time that I was robbed. So I guess today's story ends with the fact that I've learned a lot since then. Maybe now you've learned something as well. It's really, really heartbreaking, though, because I got to tell you something. This is the truth. The keyboard, I could buy another one of those. I don't want another one of those. My friend is now dead, and I am very, very saddened that I lost a friend over that. And really, honestly, the loss of friendship, the betrayal, the hurt, that goes a long time after the synthesizer has been long forgotten. That continues on. And why shouldn't it? The hurt's not there anymore, but I sure do miss my friend. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I love all of you guys. Hit that subscribe button and tap that bell. PureAmbientDrone.com. Check out my music over there. I would love for you guys to listen to some of my tracks. Until next time, keep calm and synth on.